All right, folks, we're on section 10.6 today, secants, tangents, and angle measures. So taking a look here, first thing is a definition of a secant. A line that intersects a circle in exactly 2 points is called a secant, and yes, it contains a chord. Remember, a tangent line intersects a circle at exactly 1 point. So definition here, theorem here, if two secants or chords intersect in the interior of a circle, the measure of an angle formed is 1/2 the sum of the measure of the arcs intercepted by the angle. Here's a better look right here. Same concept on this little slide here. So let's find the measure of angle 1. Here's the measure of angle 1 right here. You have arc CD. You add that with arc BE. You add those two together and you divide by 2. In order to find the measure of angle 2 right here, remember this is a straight line, so I'd go 180 minus the measure of angle 1. So exact setup here for the next problem. So to find the measure of angle 1, so here's angle 1 right here. You're going to go 20 plus 30. Add those together. You're going to take a half of that. I just like to say divide by 2. So you add those two together and you get 50. 50 divided by 2. So that's going to give us 25. So this angle is 25. And then remember, this is a straight line. So I'm going to go 180 minus 25 to find the measure of angle 2. And that's going to give us a 155-degree angle measures. So I would assume that you try this one here on your own, see how you do here. So first thing I would do is find the measure of this angle right here. So 72 plus 92, add those together, take half of that. So that gives us 164. 164 divided by 2, which equals 82. So that means this angle is 82, but that's not the one they asked for. So you have to go 180 minus the 82, and that gives you the total of 98. Final answer is C, 98. Same concept here. 68 plus 102. Again, we're taking half of that or dividing that by 2. So we have 170 here. 170 divided by 2. This gives us 85. So that means that this angle here is 85 degrees. But they want this one here. 180 minus the 85. 180 minus 85 is going to give us 95. Final answer B, 95. We're going to use the same concept here in the next one, but it's a little bit different. If you notice, this time they give you one arc and one angle, so we have to work backwards through the equation. They want us to find x. They want us to find x. So if you remember, you take the angle, so 67 equals 1/2 of the arcs added together, 30 plus x, and again, we're taking half of that. So hopefully we understand how to set up the equation. What I like to do here, folks, is I like to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of that 1/2. So that gives me 134 equals 30 plus x. I would subtract the 30 over, and final answer will be D, 104. Next slide here, same concept. If the vertex of an angle is on a circle, the angle is half of the arc. So this angle right here is going to be half of that arc. Well, this arc is 102, so you go 360 minus 102, and that will get us that other arc, which is 258. So this arc is 258. So in order to find that angle, we're going to take 258, and we are going to divide that by 2, and then you output and get a final answer of 129. 129. So the slide you can read through, same thing. And then now we're working on a problem similar to it. So find the measure of angle FGI. So they want this angle. So it's just 225 divided by 2. 225 divided by 2 is 112.5. Next slide here. Take a look and see where we're at. They want the measure of arc UVW. So they want this arc. They give you this angle. So you kind of do the opposite of what you did before. They give you the angle, so you multiply that by 2, times that by 2 to get the arc, and that means that this arc is 198. How do you find the other arc? 360 minus 198. 360 minus 198 gives us an final answer of 162. It's a good slide to read through. Right here gives you an idea, puts some of these together. In this example right here, again, two secants or a secant and a tangent. You're going to go this arc minus this arc equals that angle after you add. So right here, you subtract and then times it by a half or divide by 2. Same thing here. This minus this divided by 2 equals this angle. This minus this divided by 2 equals that angle. This is the same thing, just a different slide. And then this is something to read through. You guys can read through this here on your own. Pause it, read through it. Just putting those pictures into words. So then this right here, we're going to apply that equation. So we're going to go 135 minus x. So QS is this arc right here. This arc right here is QS. I'm going to call that x. So 1/2 of that equals the angle. So the angle, 56, equals 1/2 of those arcs subtracted. So how do I solve that? I times by 2, multiply both sides by 2. This gives me 112 equals 135 minus x. When I subtract over, I get negative 23 equals negative x. So then I get my final answer, which is A, 23. Now this one's a little bit different because you actually don't even have to use the equation. All they're asking for this arc. Well, if you know this arc, you just go 360 minus 130, and you actually don't even need the angle to get your answer, which is D, 230. D, 230. Next one here, same concept. They kind of walk you through, and they actually set this one up for you. The measure of arc AC is 96. The angle right here, angle S, is 35. So you're going to go into this equation right here. So you're going to go 35 equals 1/2 of the 96 minus the other arc. And then from there, I would hope that we are able to solve that times both sides by 2. So you have 70 equals 96 minus x. And you end up with a final answer. So x is 26. X is 26. So we'll do the same thing here, set it up. Arc XW, this is 100. The angle is 30, and they want arc W, they want this arc right here. So again, same concept. 30 equals 1/2 of 100 minus x. So hopefully we're able to solve that here. You times this by 2. Times this by 2, 60 equals 100 minus x. Subtract over, you get negative 40 equals negative x. And then you multiply or divide by -1 to get positive. This is a great slide right here. Love it. I would study, memorize this. This slide is the best to help you out with answering anything you're going to need in this section and as you progress through. Last two questions here. Hopefully we're able to do these. Try these ones on your own. So the first one, 62 equals 1/2 of 141 minus x. Hopefully we know how to set that up and then solve from there. So when you multiply everything by 2 times this by 2, it eliminates a 1/2. This becomes 124 equals 141 minus x. You subtract that over. Again, you get negative 17 equals negative x. Final answer, x is 17. This last one's going to be a little bit more challenging. We haven't seen this one here. And this is something we've done before. Whole circle is 360. And so then if we just make this arc from here to here, x, then this arc right here is going to be 360 minus x. So now we're going to have to try to put that into an equation and solve. So 40 equals 1/2 of x minus 360 minus x. So put this in a parenthesis, so kind of a double parenthesis here. No, this one's a tough one here. So 40 equals 1/2, and then we're going to go x minus 360 And that's when you distribute through that -1, this actually becomes a positive x. So we have 40 equals 1/2 of 2x minus 360. Okay. What I would do next is I would get rid of that 1/2, so I'd make this 80 equals 2x minus 360. I would add the 360 over, so this becomes 440 equals 2x. Divide by 2, sorry, and x is 220. That's a tough one there. Great job, folks.